The West Midlands is one of the most diverse parts of the country in terms of population, but for the first time we have a real picture of just who makes up our region. The details have been revealed by Oxford University.
Well, more than 5.6 million people live here in the West Midlands, and 630,000, or 11%, were born outside the UK. Now, Birmingham has had the biggest increase in migrants over a 10-year period, up by 77,000 to 238,000, while Stoke-on-Trent had the largest percentage increase in its foreign-born population, up 131% to nearly 21,000. And the biggest migrant group in the West Midlands is Indian at nearly 100,000. That's followed by people born in Pakistan, Poland, Ireland and Jamaica.
We're joined now by Rob McNeill from the Migration Observatory at Oxford University. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Significant increases in the region's migrant population. What's the attraction?
Well, I mean, there's an awful lot of people who go to the West Midlands to study. There are many, obviously, who go there to work. And obviously, as you said earlier on, it's an area which has got an established migrant population. So an awful lot of the time, people will go to areas where there are sort of family connections or other networks where they can feel comfortable and find work, find ways of doing things that they might otherwise struggle with if they were going somewhere which had a smaller migrant population.
Yeah, you talk about work there, but we actually have big problems, as you know, with unemployment in the West Midlands. It seems surprising the region still seems a popular destination.
Well, as we were saying, I mean, there are obviously other areas apart from work that attract people, but the other thing is, of course, that migrants to the West Midlands, while they are obviously still, it's still proportionally an extremely large, a large part of the population. Migrants to the West Midlands are now a smaller group than other parts of the country. For example, London, the South East and even the East of England now have larger migrant populations than the West
What about
Midlands.
this as a challenge for the local authorities, the growing numbers of migrants?
Well, clearly it's extremely important that local authorities have local data which is going to allow them to plan and ensure that there are adequate places at schools and hospitals and whatever for the growing population. So yes, absolutely, it's important that there's local information available.
Just briefly, we're told there could be an onslaught of Romanian and Bulgarian people next year. I mean, how do you see that?
Well, I mean, it's absolutely impossible to know for certain how many people are going to come from Romania and Bulgaria next year. There is obviously clear evidence that the number of people from those two countries has been increasing for several years now, regardless of the fact that there have been labour market restrictions which have prevented them from doing certain things. So whether or not that's going to mean that on January the 1st, when those labour market restrictions are raised, there's going to be a larger number of people coming or not is really hard to know. What we do know is that if we're going to make any kind of plans, then we have to plan for uncertainty, because even if we had a precise number of people that were going to arrive, we wouldn't know whether they'd go to the West Midlands, the East of England, London or where else. So,
OK. Rob McNeill, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
And if you want to find out more, we put the full report on West Midlands migration on our Facebook page.
Now, the richest football league in the world